Here are 4 hacks to be 87% more focused that cost literally nothing. I'm not gonna bullshit you, bro. Literally implement them now and you'll get results tomorrow. The only thing I want from you is to watch this till the end at 2x speed because I know your attention span is fried. I've just 4x my own productivity in a span of 1 year. Here's the proof. I used to make 4 videos a month. Now I make like 16. Let's start with what do we actually want? Like, what is our goal in focus? Because focus is usually something vague. Like, you don't even know the actual meaning of focus. But I'm gonna break it down for you. There's macro and micro focus. Okay, things on a scale. Macro is a war. Imagine like a war. And micro is a battle. Today's battle. Macro focus is basically your life. How focused you are overall throughout the years of your life. Micro focus is how you're focused right now on a task. We've always talked about how to be more locked in or how to turn on discipline or how to get into flow state, whatever. And we're gonna talk about both of them. But micro focus is more important. You need to live a focused life. Not gonna lie. It's just money. It's just girls, bro. Getting good with girls. It's basically gonna elevate your whole life quality. Because if you have 0 girls coming up, if you have no charisma, you're literally living like a worm. Okay, you're doing some things, you're working on your business, it doesn't get you results, that's fine. Bro, life without girls is like 50% of juices you can take out of life. You need to find out things that actually matter and double down on them. First, you're focused, then you're rich. This is the law of nature. Before you think about 10K a month, before you think about that fucking business model, bro, you need to learn how to work first. That's important as fuck. Because when I launched my first chess channel, I wanted to replicate this guy doing some meme stuff, AI generated. I made my first 5 videos in 3 months, in a whole fucking summer. What was the result? I didn't know how to focus. I didn't know how to work. So I made 5 videos in a whole fucking summer. They all flopped. They didn't even get more than 10 views, bro. Then I launched this channel. And then I started actually learning about eating the frog, waking up earlier, like focusing, getting into flow state, removing BS, removing crap. I started living by my rules. I'm talking about productivity and I'm literally living by it. Like right now I'm a bit loose. I'm doing more of it hobbies. I'm living more like effortlessly. I'm still doing my work. I'm still getting 4 times more productive. But I'm living my dream life. Like today I'm gonna go on a date. I'm gonna play volleyball. That's just the thing. Being productive is not only about grinding. It's about having all of it. Just about fulfillment, bro. If you want the same, living your whole fucking life, getting girls, getting hobbies, hiking, like, and working for 2 hours a day, but getting done more than 99% of other peers. Look around, bro. They're fucking lazy. Like, you have an edge here. Like, you have an advantage. So click on the link below if you want to work with me. That's genuinely as it is. I'm not trying to brag or show off. That's just my life, bro. And let's move to micro focus. How I got to that point. Because if you work 2 hours a day, you need to do it meaningfully and purposefully. Like, fucking wind, bro. Real focus comes from deep work. Deep work, flow state, single tasking. Okay? Focus is, in other words, is just single tasking. Imagine your energy level. It's 100%. You give 100% to one task. But if you do it singularly, if you do it one at a time, if you just add another task, it is 50%. 50-50 split. Imagine you're doing something and you're listening to music. It's genuinely splitting in half. Add another thing. You usually do so much things on top. You're not only listening to music, but you're talking to your parents, but you're talking to your family. You're messaging someone on your phone. You're probably watching some videos, some podcasts on the background. You have 10 open tabs. Holy shit. It's stacking on top. And imagine that you're literally getting 10% of your energy, of your focus into one task that actually matters. And you're doing 9 other bullshit tasks. Of course you're not focused. Of course you're not getting to the point. What I've just learned is I wasn't so active in the last weeks. I wasn't grinding. But I sat down and I just did what I needed to. I don't have to work 8 hours a day. I just have to come up and record 2 new videos. 2 videos that will actually matter. If it's scripting day, if I need to script videos, I don't have no more scripts. It's just making 3 high quality scripts. Getting titles, getting ideas. Give myself 1 hour. I'm gonna get it done. Let's turn on AC, it's fucking hot. Do you work deeply? Let's imagine you're on a stranded island. And you're dropped off on a shore. And there are thousands of slugs and snails. Like, in order to survive, you need to eat them every single time. Each slug and snail is 1 calorie. In order to at least get into a calorie deficit, you need to eat thousands of them every single second. So for you to survive, you have to be on a shore 24/7 just eating those snails to survive. You're not allowed to do anything else. If you move out of the shore, you're dying straight away. But in the middle of the island, there are boars, wild boars. One of them is like 100,000 calories. Each piece is like 10,000 calories. Juicy meat. If you can hunt it down, if you can learn the skill, and if you risk 2 or 3 days without food, go and try to hunt it, you basically win a lottery. If you learn how to hunt boars and you locate in the middle of the island, you'll forget about hunger for the rest of your life. But would you risk it? If you don't learn how to hunt and if you don't catch the first boar, you're basically dead. Would you risk it? You have the choice every single day. Your friends telling you about work, jobs and stuff. Why are you jobless? What are you actually doing, bro? They're eating those snails. And you, every single time you think about 9 to 5, you want to get and eat those snails. But you have no opportunities. That money they give you does not allow you to do anything but to just survive, but to stay afloat. Hunting that boar is on the contrary, bro. It's getting that risky online business. It's believing and trusting that online guru and just trying to record videos, trying to sell something online. First money online, boom, you've hunted that boar. You're not risking your life. You're risking your time, commitment, financial resources, but outcome is on you. So it's doing that deep task. It's doing the deep task. Imagine you're already on the track of getting online business, right? You need to have an area where you should be productive. So it's online business. There's the task, like hunting the boar, that will give you 10 times more in return. Like there's a leverage. If you pull the lever, it's going to give you 10x in return with your skills and mindset you have right now. You can either edit videos, you can either make thumbnails again and again as usual. You can do the same video, but you can risk it. Try a new format, try a new video, or record in a new place. Like try a new product. But if you risk it and do that deep task, that actually moves the needle. You will explode your income. You will explode your channel. So focus. Micro focus is about doing only that deep work. Business is going through constraints. There's a constraint right now that doesn't allow you to move. Like there are hundreds of problems in your business right now. If you didn't have them, you would be rich, okay? And there's only one that actually stops 80% of your growth. Like for me, it's getting the traffic. It's getting that fucking right video. So when I get the right video to the right audience, I'm completely blowing up. I have other problems. I don't have VSL. I don't have nothing else. Bro, just one problem will solve everything. Do that deep work. For me, it's making those videos right. Again, focus on that. Get into flow state. Because when you're working on a deep task, you need to focus and commit. And you can achieve that by getting into flow state. Flow state is basically when you lose the sense of time, when you're completely drowned into one task. How you can get there? By just starting the thing. Like, imagine you were as a kid. You start some creative thing. You maybe read a new book or you start drawing. Bro, you just need 5 minutes to lock in and hours pass by. Hours flying. Like, when you look for that new video on Dark Orange side, you look for that actress, that juicy actress you've thought about. Bro, you get into flow. You can scroll, you can look for that video for 40 minutes, for 1 hour. There's the same flow. And single task. And never, ever do 2 or 3 tasks at the same time. If it's morning, just commit yourself to one thing. Now, let's talk about macro focus, because macro focus is more important. It's about shiny object syndrome. Grass is not greener on the other side. When you always look at those business models, when you look at your friends, you always think, why am I doing something wrong? Like, the question is, am I doing something wrong? You're going on the fucking right path. You just look at other people that are more successful, but you don't see their struggles. You see their Instagram page. That's why I've deleted Instagram like long time ago. It's just about minding your own shit, because macro focus is more important. If you sleep up, if you stop doing your thing that you've been doing for 6 months, the rest 6 months of the year, you're just gonna do another thing, and you're not gonna succeed in it, because 6 months is not enough to pop off, bro. The new year will come. You're gonna find a new thing. You're gonna start another process. When you do the thing for 6 months, you give it up. That's an endless cycle. Commit to one shit. There's only one business model. Okay, you can switch niches. I switched niches for a long, long time. When I really understand it, this shit doesn't work. Try the thing for at least 6 months, and then you can switch things. But macro focus involves doing one thing relentlessly. You need to stop relying on the outcome, but on the process. Like, if you don't like the process, you'll never stick to it. And if you rely on the outcome, you'll never stick to it again. Like, you need to find a balance when you don't care about the result, but you care at the same time. And you enjoy the process. Like, I enjoy making these videos. I enjoy getting money. I haven't been getting money for a long time, but I enjoy the process. So it doesn't matter when I get money. I'll just enjoy making these videos. And one day it'll just pop off. Like, if you're in some sports and you don't get results for so many times, you're plateauing. You're making these videos, they don't get views. I completely understand you, bro. It's just a period. You just have to go through that by being productive. As simple as that, bro. essentialism. The less things you do and the more routine you are in them, you're basically unstoppable. Like, no one in our world right now is routine. Every single day something's moving. Right now is summer. Every single time, every single hour is different. My sleep schedule is fucked. Everything is fucked. But what stays is in the morning, I do deep work. In the evening, I do shallow work. I learn. I get new ideas. I iterate. I plan my business. That stays like the dog husky in the movie that waits for its owner or something like that. You have to be so relentless as if you're dumb. Imagine you're so determined and dumb so that you do one thing and everyone tells you to fuck it. Everyone tells you it's not gonna pop off. But you're doing and doing over and over again. Everyone tells you to find a job. You're fucking pulling the trigger over and over again. You make these videos. They get 10 views. They get 50 views. One day, you're gonna get 10,000 views and you're gonna fucking free your family. Someone's gonna book a call, buy a product from you. It's high ticket, it's low ticket, whatever. You made your first money online. Stop novelties, bro. That's another step. Be routine as fuck. Okay? That's probably the most important step because routine is the biggest hack to focus. If you're boring, if you know hour by hour what is your next step, you're never gonna slack. Because the hardest step is to wake up and think of what you're gonna do. And then you don't know what you're gonna do in the evening and you basically start slacking. You don't know. You're going between tasks. Bro, just have a plan. If you're gonna do the thing for so many times, like you don't even question it. I've been doing these videos for 400 plus days. Imagine. Almost every single day. I don't count weekends. I'll just come up and record these videos in the morning. Of course I'm not gonna question it because I'm routine. Like, routineness is the cheat code. If you think, why are those successful people successful? Bro, they don't care. They've been doing this for so much, it's not even a question for them. They just play this stupid game as their kids. If you don't work today, you're retard. If you don't work today, you're stupid. They just follow it and it works. You have to get stupider by like 20 digits of IQ and just think, if I don't work today, I'm stupid. And and just relentlessly get it done. And so by the time you're gonna form a routine, you're gonna form a system. And even if you don't write your plan, even if you don't write your to-do list, you're gonna wake up and naturally know what comes after what. Because when I wake up, I naturally know it's deep work. I go and pull out my laptop. I either record or script videos. Then I have a lunch or I go to uni. That's ingrained in my DNA. I then go to the gym. After I come up to the gym, I do shallow work. That's a system. I don't question it. I didn't plan it. I know it. I spend a lot less time thinking of it. I'm just doing it. You should have that automated system going on all the time. So stop chaos. Chaos is basically the biggest thing that gets you procrastinate and lose productivity. Now let's talk about shallow life. Stop living a shallow life. You do things that are not related to your goal. Basically, you waste your life. Imagine, you do things that bring towards your goal, right? You meditate, you read books, you work on your business. But how much of it you do per day? Probably like 30%, 2 to 3 hours. Imagine, 70% of your day are wasted on literally everything else but your goal. How pathetic is that? You want to get status, girls, money, but 70% of your day is not even related to getting those goals. So live your day fucking meaningfully. It means always chasing that goal, either directly or indirectly. Learning is indirect part of it. Getting girls is indirect part of it. Getting girls and socializing is the part of your self-improvement. Literally, if you get girl today and you go on a date with her next day, you're going to be happier. You're going to make a better video because you're in the mood. When you're living a fulfilled life, it's also a part of your growth business because the better your mood, the better your decision making. Like, that's those indirect things. They dictate your life. Actual work, like sitting on your laptop, is only half of it. So 100% of your productive day is not only working, not only grinding, but basically living that life. When you wake up, you work a little bit, you go and work on your hobbies, you work on your physique, you learn, you just go and consume and read books, you watch some podcasts, you then go out on a date. That day will be a lot more productive if you just grind it. So I want to bring you to another side of productivity. When stop having FOMO. You're not missing out. You're just doing the right things. You're not obsessive psycho that works 16 hours a day. You're just living your happy life. Because if you're getting girls, if you're hanging out with your friends, if you're doing your hobbies, if you're not restrained by no time, you work when you want to work, like success comes, like money will come, results will come. But the main thing is you enjoy the process. You enjoy the day. That is the meaning of life. That is the main thing. Just enjoying it and being productive at the same time. I hope I've told you enough, bro. Click on the link below if you want to do the same. Like, I'm not promising clouds. I've just explained to you my life. You can watch this video right here, actually.